welcome to Sarah's Stamping Retreat. Today I'm going to be showing you how to add embellishment to your stamped images using embossing powders, and I'll also be showing you some techniques for the backgrounds as well. And to do that we're going to be using these Stampendous House Mouse Design stamps. So they're rubber stamps, they're unmounted rubber stamps, and we've got the Snuggle Up, the Candy Hearts and the We Heart You. So I'm going to start with the Candy Hearts, and I've already stamped and coloured the image because I wanted this to be more of a techniques tutorial. So I've created a mask for my image, and to do that I've used Gina K Designs Masking Magic, and I've just stamped it and cut it out. And when you're cutting out a mask you want to cut it right on the line so that you don't get kind of a halo effect around your image. And then I'm going to just take off the backing and I'm going to stick it over the image on my paper. So then for this one I'm just going to use the Kitsch Flamingo Distress Oxide ink, and all I'm going to do is just kind of create a little kind of halo around the image of pink ink. Then while I've got that masked up I'm going to do the embellishment as well. So then I'm going to grab my Wow Embossing Pen and I'm just going to add some little dots where there's dots on the floor, because I want to add some glitter embossing powder, because I think that will look really cool. It'll look a bit like kind of sparkly sugar on the floor, because I think it feels like he's just collapsed on top of those after eating too much sugar. I think that really what this is actually shadow, but in my head it's sugar. So what I'm going to do is just remove this beam line, and then I'm going to sprinkle over this clear sparkle embossing glitter from Wow. So I hope you can see on the camera, but now we've got this really nice sparkly glitter look at the bottom there. It looks really cute in real life. So I think I'm also just going to add a little bit of pink into these corners, because where I originally wanted a spotlight effect, I think it'd look nicer if it was all pink. I'm not going to put the mask back on because I'm not going to go near to the image again. So I'm going to use the Happy Valentine's Day image from that set. And actually it doesn't really show you on the front, but you get the main image and then you get Happy Valentine's Day and I love you on that. And I think I'm going to stamp that just like that along there. I'm going to stamp this in Versamark ink so that I can heat emboss it. I'm going to heat emboss it black. So then I cut this down to 1/2 inch smaller than my card front, which is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card front. And then I cut the black piece 1/8 of an inch bigger than this piece. So I'm just going to layer those up on my card front to finish. So then there's that card finished. It's really cute. So for this next card I'm going to use the We Heart You stamp, and for this one you get the thinking of you with it as well, but I'm not going to use that. And I'm going to start in the same way by covering up my image with a mask. And for this one I'm going to start off the same way as I did the last one by adding some of this Kitsch Flamingo ink, but I'm only going to go down to kind of like floor level. And then I'm going to come in with a marker. This is a Pigma Micron pen from Sakura. I'm just going to hand draw in some tiles. And then I'm going to take this off. So I'm just going to add a little bit of this Embellish just round where I haven't cut my mask quite close enough, just to fill in those white gaps. And the Embellish is the closest colour that I've got to the Kitsch Flamingo. And I think because the areas are quite close to the mice, And it doesn't look too bad because it looks a bit kind of like a shadow. And you'll notice this colour really fading down as it dries as well, so it won't look as bright as what it does when I put it on. So I'm going to use the polar bear from this Mystic Garden set, and I'm going to just create a checkerboard pattern on these tiles. It's kind of nice greyish blue. And Altenew alcohol markers are the ones that I've used to colour all of these images. They're my markers of choice most of the time. And really I should have extended this a bit further backwards so it doesn't look like they're right on the edge of the tiles, but never mind. We live and learn. So I'm going to use the next darkest colour, the icy water, just to add a bit of shadow around the mice. And I'm just using these bits of shadow that are already on the image to help me. So I'm going to use this iceberg to add shading onto the white bits. And then for our embellishment, I'm going to colour the lolly bits because I want the lolly to look really shiny, like a proper lollipop. So we're going to heat emboss just that area. And this is why I love the embossing pen. You can really just decide exactly where on an image you want your embossing powder. So then I've got this huge pot of clear Superfine embossing powder from Wow. I'm just adding that on. And then I can heat this up. And now we've got these really cool glossy lollipops, which I really like. I was originally going to have this as the whole front of my card, but I've made a bit of a mistake over here somehow, so I'm going to chop this down a little. So I've cut that just down slightly, and then I've created a card blank from this brushed black cardstock from Spellbinders, which is slightly glittery, which is quite cute. So I'm just going to glue that onto the front of my card. Now we've got that cute card with the nice shiny lollipops. So then for this final one, I'm going to start off in the same way. I'm going to add a mask. And then I'm going to use the Stormy Sky ink this time, which I think is pretty apt really, since that's what we're kind of going to create. So where I've got this slight halo around here, I'm going to stick the mask back on. I'm just going to move it over slightly so that I can see all that white, so that then I can add some more ink on there and we won't have that halo anymore. And you can see now it goes right up to the edge of the image. I actually really love that sky colour. So then this one comes with the Snuggle is Real, Sending Hugs and Miss You. So I'm going to use the Sending Hugs and I'm just going to stamp it in this bit down the bottom. So then I'm going to use black ink to add that on. So then what I'm going to do is with my embossing pen, I'm going to just draw on some snowflakes, just literally dots. And I'm going to draw them over the mice as well. And then I've got my opaque bright white embossing powder and I'm just going to pour that over the top. And then I can heat that up. And then how cute does that look? Then all I'm going to do is glue that to my card front. Then that's that one done. It's really cute. So then there are all three of today's cards. Do let me know in the comments below which is your favourite. I'd love to know. If you enjoyed today's video, I'd really appreciate you clicking like below, and you can also press subscribe if you'd like to see future videos. If you press the bell button and select all, then YouTube will also notify you when I've got a new video available. All of the products that I've used for today's cards are listed in the description below, and you can also find a link there to my blog where you can find a picture supply list if that helps you find what you're looking for. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again soon.